Hello children. In our previous class we have discussed about the technique of chromatography. Yes, we have discussed its application. You can see here to separate the colors in a dye, pigments from natural colors and drugs from blood. Okay, we had discussed about the separation of two miscible liquids. Miscible means the liquids which can mix with each other. Yes, we had seen the two techniques for it. First one was distillation and second one was fractional distillation. Yes. Okay, so now what we are going to discuss today? We are going to discuss how can we obtain different gases from the air. Okay, so air is a homogeneous mixture, we all know. What is homogeneous mixture? Mixture in which components are mixed uniformly. Right? So, in this homogeneous mixture, we can separate it with the technique of fractional distillation. Okay, the flow chart is given. Air is present in the atmosphere. What do? We compress and cool it. Now how we can do it? By increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. When we do this, we will find that air, which is in gaseous form, we all know, it will get converted into liquid air. Okay, so once the air gets converted into liquid air, we will allow it to warm up slowly in fractional distillation column. Okay, we all know the setup of fractional distillation where all different columns are present. Right? So whatever liquid air will be there, we will put it in that fractional distillation column and we will allow it to warm up slowly. So as you can see, according to the boiling points, oxygen, argon and nitrogen, we will find that all the gases get separated out. Okay, the air is compressed. How the air is compressed? By increasing the pressure and then cooled by decreasing the temperature. This liquid air is allowed to warm up slowly. Okay, and depending upon their boiling points at different heights, you will find that the components of air get separated. Okay children, so it's a very simple process where the gaseous air is compressed and cooled and converted into liquid air, where liquid air is allowed to warm up slowly, where this takes place in the fractional distillation column. Okay, and after that gases get separated at different heights. Okay, now here you can see the apparatus, how it takes place, how is the arrangement made. Okay, can you all see this? Air under the pressure, air is allowed to get in and then whatever water is there, that is let out. Okay, and the compressed air is passed towards the separator. Yes, can you all see it clearly? And at last what do you get? At last what do you get? Liquid oxygen. Okay, and there are different outlets shown. These different outlets are for nitrogen and argon. Okay, so till here is it clear? Components of air, how can we obtain different gases from air? Okay, now let's see the next one. This is again a very interesting concept of crystallization. Okay, so now what do you mean by crystallization? This name gives you some hint. Of course, it will be the crystals that are obtained. Okay, so now let's see what example they have given us. How can we obtain pure copper sulfate from an impure sample? Okay, so the salt which we get from the sea have many impurities in it. Yes, To remove these impurities, the process of crystallization is used. Okay, so it is the process which separates pure solid in the form of crystals. Okay, from that liquid, from the solvent, this solute can be separated in the pure solid form of crystals. Okay, crystallization is better than simple evaporation technique. Now why it is so? Because some solid decompose, or some like sugar may get charred on heating. Charred means it may burn. Okay, sometimes it may happen that in the process of evaporation they may get charred because of excessive heat. Okay, on heating to dryness, in the process they may get charred, whereas some impurities may remain dissolved in the solution even after filtration. Okay, so if you do evaporation and if you do the filtration, it may happen that some amount of impurities are still present in it. Okay, so it is always told that crystallization process is always better than evaporation process. Okay, children. Now let's see the applications. Now what is given in the application? In application it is told that it is used for purification of salt that we get from seawater. So as it is told that evaporation technique is not used nowadays. Okay, so which technique is used? Crystallization for purification of salt that we get from seawater. Okay, see the second one, separation of crystals of alum. Now what is alum? It is Fitkari. Okay, from impure samples. So what are these impure samples? You get many samples in which there are crystals of alum present. So we can again separate it, and very nice crystals of alum it is seen after the process of crystallization. Okay. Thus, by choosing one of the above method, we get a pure substance. Okay. If we do any of the above method, we can get the pure substance. With advancement in technology, many more methods of separation techniques have been devised. We have just seen few of them. Okay. What all we have seen? Let us quickly scroll down and check. Yes, we have started from here. Evaporation, that is how to obtain a colored component. How to separate cream from milk? By the process of? Yes, by the process of centrifugation. Yes, then we had separating funnel. Then we had seen sublimation. We had seen chromatography, distillation, fractional distillation, and the last one was crystallization. Okay, so these were the different techniques that we have discussed. Now, another interesting fact, in cities drinking water is supplied from waterworks. Okay, so they have shown us a flow chart of how the water is being purified. Okay, so can you see this picture? Water purification system in waterworks. First, you have a reservoir. Okay, then the reservoir is connected to sedimentation tank. Now what happens in this sedimentation tank? It allows the solid impurities to settle down. Okay, what happens in this sedimentation? It allows the solids to settle down, and from there it is passed to the loading tank. Now what happens in loading tank? To sediment the suspended impurities. So there will be few impurities which are suspended. Now what do you mean by suspended? Suspended means which are not mixed. Okay, which are floating. So that will be sedimented. and from there it is passed to filtration tank. Now in filtration tank you can see there is water, there are fine sand, there are gravel and coarse gravel. So these are different types of materials present in the filtration tank, okay, which will help them to the process of filtration. And from there it is passed to the chlorination tank, where chlorine is been supplied to kill the bacteria. Okay, once the bacteria are killed, then it is supplied to our homes. Okay, let me again tell you what we have discussed now. First, as the reservoir is connected to sedimentation tank, in sedimentation tank you will find the solids which will settle down. Then it is passed to loading tank, where the suspended particles will be separated. From there it goes to filtration tank, where the filtration takes place, and from there it is allowed to go to the chlorination tank, where chlorine will mix to kill the bacteria. Okay, clear with this technique? Okay children, so physical and chemical changes and the next part we will see in our next video.